Hello guys, this is a short and simple guide for the new Deviation Fusion system. I'll show you different test results with different characters so you can have a better understanding of the process. First of all, to make this machine, Fusion Pod, you want to go to the Memetics page. On the second tab or the crafting section, you'll find it at the very bottom. After unlocking it, go to build mode and craft it from the special facility section. And you can only craft one of these in your base. Alright, now if you want to create a particular deviation, you have to select two deviations of the same type as the parent deviations. So from two parent Xeno purifiers, I'm guaranteed to get a baby Xeno purifier. But if you have two different parents, then there's a 50% chance that your baby deviation can be either of the two. And be careful, the baby can inherit the traits and the ratings from the parents, but the rating will always be within the level of the parents. So let me get rid of this one by one and add a lone wolf with 4x3 ratings. So I'm fusing a Xeno purifier with level 5 skill rating and level 4 activity rating with a 4x3 wolf. So the new deviation can have a level 5 or level 4 skill rating. And for the activity rating, it can either be 4 or 3. It will never go below 3 or go above 4. Now for the traits, you can see the chances here. The parent deviations came with Growing Pains 3 and Cheer Up 3 by default. Now Growing Pains 3 is better for combat deviations. So I'm using two low-level deviations as materials with Growing Pains 3 to increase the chance of getting it on the baby deviation while decreasing the chance of getting Cheer Up 3. I'll explain the use of animal and the furniture later into the video. For now, let's see some results. And we're back after 10 minutes and we got a Xeno purifier. I was hoping for a wolf, but it got a level 5 skill rating and Growing Pains 3 along with the special trait, which is good enough. The new deviation always has a fusion chance, so I can use it again. Let me show you the second one, which turned out great. For this one, I'm using a 5x4 Space Twister with the trait Growing Pains 3 and a 3x3 Shattered Maiden with the trait Worn Out 2. This is a bad deviation which I'd usually discard. And for the fusion materials, I'm using two deviations with Growing Pains 3 to increase its chances and lower the chances for the Worn Out 2. And after 10 minutes, we have a 5x3 Shattered Maiden with Growing Pains 3. So this is a big W. And as you can imagine, the worst case scenario here would have been a new 3x3 Space Twister with Worn Out 2. Let's show you a couple more fusion results. Then I'll explain which are the best traits you should be looking for and how the animals and furniture affects the fusion process. So I'm fusing a 5x4 Digby with no trait and a 3x5 Digby with Growing Pains 2. I also used a candle for the special trait, and as a result, I got a 4x5 Digby with Growing Pains 2, which is understandable. Last one, I'm doing a 3x4 Snow Globe with a 5x4 Snow Globe. And we got a 5x3 Snow Globe with the positive trait, which is nice. Alright, let's talk about the animals. Different animals can give you different special traits. You only need to capture them, no need to tame them, and it has to be an adult animal. Same goes for the furniture, which you can randomly find from looting around. And the deviation logging beaver also brings you some furniture time to time. Also, depending on the type of the deviations, the animals and furniture can give you different types of traits. For example, if I add the crocodile here, the non-combat frog deviation will bring extra fish. But the combat deviation Pyrodino will boost my swimming or diving capability. Very briefly for the new players, this is a crafting type of deviation which produces special materials. And this one is a territory deviation like Digby Boys. They work in your territory and bring you the good stuff. And obviously the combat type deviations are the ones that fight beside you. Okay, now this furniture can provide a good trait for the Pyrodino. This actually seems even more useful for PvP. However, for the non-combat deviation, it will just take care of the lighting requirements, which is useless because it's very easy to provide lighting for your deviations. Alright, let's talk about the best traits. Here's a 5x5 dino with Upper Hand, which is insanely good because it can make your deviation keep fighting for the longest amount of time. Generally, any traits that can boost your deviation's power or energy is good for the combat deviations. So Covert Energy 2 is a good one. but Rise and Shine 5 is better for your territory deviations, and obviously Power Rewind is a really good one for the combat deviations. Growing Pains 3 is a very common positive trait, but Cheer Up 3 is better on the territory deviations. Crackshot is the best trait to have if you're playing a weapon damage build. Along with Growing Pains 3, it's just a cherry on top. By the way, the deviations with the linked signs cannot be used for fusion. Same goes for the event deviations like the Lunar Oracle ones or the Starfall ones. Some other good traits would be Street Rascal, which enhances your mobility, and also this one, Run Fast, provides 5% movement speed. Last but not the least, Heavy and Solid, which provides damage reduction. So that's it for today, guys. Keep in mind that this is still early access, so feel free to share your opinion or any new information regarding this in the comment below. And if you want to make my day, leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you on the next video.